But we're happy to have Peter Sage coming through today, and he's going to talk to us about testing. I think the majority of us here are developers, so it's going to be a very good one. Pay attention and see how you can improve on your testing capabilities. And over to you, Peter.
Thanks. Thank you for coming, guys. I think I might be disappointing the audience a little bit. I'm not going to really talk about, I'm not going to tell you how to test. I'm making the assumption you all know how to do that. I mean, you've been in IT, or don't you? They teach this stuff at college, don't they? So let's talk about more, a bit of an attitude, and let's look at collaboration. My talk is about, this evening is about 7 things you should know. And I think I lost thread myself halfway along because then I deviated along the path. You see if you can catch me out, okay? When I say package software, I know this is the Siebel user group. Forgive me for not speaking Siebelese. When I say packaged, I work from, okay, let's look at the Microsoft sort of setup, which is not really functional. It's just more an infrastructure, going all the way through to SAP, or as they like to say, SAP. They really don't like the word SAP. I don't know if anyone worked with them. And they are the testers like me of all. So these SAP consultants here, because they don't believe anything needs testing, which is really refreshing and makes my job easier. I don't have to test them. Off we go. So some of the things I'd like to look at first is system of systems. So it's not about how to test. It's things you need to consider when testing these things. Guys, when we take a package solution, do you understand, very seldom are you going into a clean environment where there isn't existing infrastructures. Most of these things happen in large corporates. And it's not a little system you're working with. It is their entire system of systems, where there's a service delivery existing on, maybe, if you're as old as me, will remember what a mainframe looks like, to modern mobile, iPad devices, and all of these things interfacing together. And you need to consider what are the aspects of a system of systems when this business service is delivered without intentionally writing a system to manage all of these together. There are vast numbers of challenges. I just look at the data across these systems. How do you control the testing across them? You're going to be working with information which might be confidential from a different continent that's developed somewhere else, and you're trying to interface with that. How are you handling that data alone? I mean, the interfaces are vast. Apart from that, you are sitting with systems in different development phases, stages of the development life cycle, and not even necessarily using the same SDLC. I don't know if you're familiar with that. But this is typical of when you're implementing these package solutions. And now, I'm used to organizations where you've got at least 60 projects in different phases at the same time. And now you're coming in to put in your flavor. Yeah, and we sort of play down a lot of the issues. It'll be easy, I love the salespeople in IT. I absolutely love them dearly. They make these promises, and then certain people have to deliver on them. Yes, predominantly the developers, but the testers need to be looking at it. And are we separate or not in these instances? Your architectures are vastly different. The communication challenges. I recently worked on a project in Cape Town where we were developing in São Paulo in Brazil, in Cape Town, and then we had a bunch of guys in Mumbai. And we were trying to sort of have these meetings at 4:30 every day to try and put the thoughts together of, well, who's building what where. And just the differences in accents, never mind in anything else, was a challenge. What did he just say? Actually, I don't know if you've ever been on these video conferences. Doesn't it look strange? The people on the other side always seem to be sleeping, eh? Not our team, eh? It's always the other country that's sleeping, eh? But guys, these are challenges, and testing needs to overcome. How are you going to test all of this together? How do you test the system end to end when it's possible? Some of those interfaces, you've only got a stub. The system hasn't been built yet. You're just looking at a unit that's sitting there, and you're trying to test across that interface. How do you do that? I think the days have gone where the developers can do it on their own, or the testers can do it on their own. You need to work together to understand the complexity of these systems. Please, the issues, as I said, they're all there. But your interfaces, the complexity equals risk. How are you addressing testing across that? I've never in my career been able to test everything. I don't know if anyone here has managed to do that. You developers do test, don't you? It's isn't just a myth that test a share.
Works the first time.
Okay. So you've got to try and understand that complexity. And my sort of last slide is going to give you the answer to how to overcome this complexity. I'll give you no, I won't. I think the last slide speaks for itself. You've seen it, so it tells you exactly how to go about it. The next thing to remember when testing, it's about the business. It's not about is this SAP, is this Oracle. It's got nothing to do with it at all. I don't care about it. You are testing someone's business. Is this system fit for business? That is the attack we must take at all levels. I know we've been trained and disciplined typically to look at, well, this is a system interface, so we need to be all techie. I don't care how slick that interface works. If people can't do business across it, the interface has failed. We have failed in our delivery. And so we need to look at the business. Whenever I've tested, I've had a little saying, if you don't know what to test, go for the money. And those of you who don't run a business or want to own one, here's some information. If you can only test one thing in IT, if you've only got time to run one test, that's inward bound.